Hello everyone, my name is Cockle and I'm here to discuss all about tour guide and its types of tour guides. A tour guide is the one who conducts a tour and is the one who has a broad knowledge of a particular area whose primary duty is to inform. Now I'm going to discuss about the types of tour guides. First is the urban guide. An urban guide are those who take pleasure in telling stories about a region or a city. Next is government guide. Government guide state, local, and national governments employ guides to show their most important historical, political, cultural, and scenic facilities to visitors. Next is driving guide. Driving guide conducts tour driving motor coaches, vans, or cars. Next is business or industry guide. Business or industry guide conducts tours to educate visitors, promote businesses and industry, and uplift the image of their company. Next is adventure guide. Adventure guide conducts tours which refer to adventures. Next is the tour manager. The tour manager is the one who administers and regulates the tour. He is the one who makes sure that the tourists get what they pay for and the itinerary is followed. Next is the interpreter. The interpreter is the one who practices the art of explanation.
Classifications of travelers. Number one is group students. Student group is an organization of students typically at the high school or college universities who shares a common background or interest. Number two is the business travelers. The latest business travel news including hotel reviews, destination information, or airline reports and the latest travel. Number three is incentive traveler. Incentive traveler are a reward subset of an incentive program, recognition program, or loyalty program. Family travelers. Created with your family in mind, we understand that each and every family is unique and are the travel needs. Senior citizens are granted several benefits and privilege. Clubs or affinity groups is a group formed around or shared interest or common goal to which individuals formally or informally belong. Public tour groups are open to anyone in the neighborhood and joins the group immediately. Explorer is a full-service agency specializing in personalized planning for your corporate entertainment and personal travel needs. Elite Travelers. Elite Travelers is a luxury lifestyle magazine calls itself Offbeat Travelers, ready for anything incipient mass tourist. Visitors who looks for the amenities of Western societies in hotels and other travel-related facilities. Mass tourist developed with improvements in technology which allowed the transport. Charter tourist represents a fundamental stages of this process in the beckett of more uninformed and aware of the tourist.
There are a lot of jobs in the world, and every job requires different sets of characters and qualities. Now, in the field of tour guiding, there is what we call qualities of an ideal tour guide. The first quality is enthusiasm. As much as possible, you need to bring out the good vibes throughout the tour. Next is outgoing and approachable nature. In that aspect, you should be genuinely friendly to the customers itself. Next is self-confidence. In standing in front of a huge crowd, your confidence is so much because you're going to be in front of a different races and different personalities. Next is sensitivity. Being dense is probably the last thing in being tour guiding. You should know what's going to happen or what's happening in the tour, and you should know how to cope up with it. Flexibility. He or she should have a flexible attitude and flexible schedule. Next is professional appearance. He or she should be dressed accordingly to the code of ethics in being a tour guide. Next is sense of humor. Next is being knowledgeable in the places that you are touring around. Next is good communication skills, be it verbal and non-verbal communication skills. Next is organization, in being organized with the tour operator, tour manager, and etc. Next is decisiveness. Then there comes good health. Of course, you cannot lead the crowd if you don't have a good health. Next is personal integrity, and last but not the least, charisma. Then the next is the seven sins of service. So if there is qualities of being an ideal tour guide, there's also seven sins of being not to. Then the first sin is treating customers with apathy. Might as well show some interest to the customers, because always remember that they are the ones giving you the profit and not you. Next is brushing customers off. The third one is being cold to customers. Next is treating customers with condescension, making them feel that you are more inferior than them. That would be a no-no in tour guiding. Next is working like a robot. Yeah, that one. Next is getting hung up on the rule book. Always remember that there are always errors in every rule. Then depends on how you apply them. The next is giving customers a run around, or you're just gonna release them without a proper permission. Now let us all come to working with different age group. Now the first age group are the students. Students are those who travel for educational purposes. In treating them, you should understand how they feel and be sensitive. It's okay to be casual and be formal. Next is the senior citizens. In working with senior citizens, you should guide them properly and you should give them extra time, should be paid with medical attention. He or she should be attentive to signs of stress and illness or fatigue. So, in other words, in taking care of senior citizens is very vital, because getting old is really a bad thing when it comes to traveling.
Primary rule of a tour guide. A tour guide must be competent and efficient to be able to make or break a tour. And he must be able to carry out a wide variety of duties and functions simultaneously, for the guide's role varies depending on the setting and the purpose of the visit. The tour guide is the leader. Leadership is the most important aspect of a guide's responsibility, wherein navigating, providing special access, looking after the tourist, and maintaining control. Also includes tension management, keeping a good humor and morale, and entertaining the members of the tour.
Establishing rapport and cohesiveness. Tips in order to develop rapport and maintain cohesiveness and order. Be prepared. Adopt an attitude of friendliness and take responsibility for creating and maintaining harmony. Let visitors know that their enjoyment is of primary concern. Respect others and be a careful, concerned listener. Give clear instructions. Don't give ultimatums that cannot or will not be enforced. Follow through promises. Avoid playing favorites. Exemplify the desired behavior. Dealing with difficult questions. Questions for which a guide does not have an answer. Questions whose answers are controversial. Questions that are too personal. Questions that shared unfavorable light on the guide or some aspect of the region. Cross-cultural understanding. Guidelines to help service industry develop a multicultural perspective. Learn about the people and cultures of the world, travel, learn a language, participate in specialized cross-cultural training.
Speaking skills of tour guide. There are 7 qualities of a successful speaker. One is body language, posture, body movement and gesture, eye contact, pitch, resonance, and volume. Of all the communication skills available to you as a public speaker, how important is a body language? Body language is important because from job interviews to high stakes appearance, audience are judging you to what you show them to build your credibility, presence, and influence. Your posture is an important of any presentation because your objective is to be comfortable and show authority. You should maintain a good posture so that this put them at ease. Why bother using eye contact? Because if you don't use your eye contact, you lose your audience. Since eye contact build rapport.